All right, bet. So what's good, y'all? It is your self-employed friend, as you know, checking in on this amazing day. So today, I'm actually gonna do this for the public members. So pretty much this will be for everybody, because I honestly want everybody to be able to learn something from me, whether you pay me to learn or you don't. I want to make sure I'm providing value in some type of way. So today, I'm actually gonna go over a book that honestly has changed my trading tremendously. And it really honestly allowed me to see the markets in a very much different way. And really, honestly, when you look at books and stuff, that teaches you all the things and the lessons that other people went through that you don't have to, especially if you don't know people who are at a specific level that you're trying to get to trading or that you want to get to. I don't like the word trying. So the level that you want to get to, that's where you get the experiences and the all of the lessons that they wish they had in a sooner way. So and that's just with everything. So it's not even just with trading. So with the book I'm going to go over today, it's going to be two of them. I'm going to go over one now, and I'm going to go over another one later. But this one is called Trading. It's by Tom Hoggard. Best Loser Wins. Now you can literally go on online and buy the book. It's not expensive, but honestly, the amount that I learned from it has made me more than what the book is worth. The book is worth a whole lot. So understand that these books they have a lot more value than what the cost is. So if the book is $5, don't think that just because it's $5, it's only worth five. No, this book is worth way more. I couldn't even put a price on how pretty much how much expensive it should be because of how important it is. Though it's called Best Loser Wins by Tom Hoggard, Why Normal Thinking Never Wins the Trading Game. And this is somebody who's been trading for years, for decades. So everything that he's saying is basically kind of him, how he trades, his thought process. With trading books, you want to have a strategy that you have. So whatever your strategy is, you want to make sure you have that. But when you read trading books, don't necessarily always take the strategy that they have that you've been studying, take the thought process that they're doing. And that's the main thing is a lot of different books, certain books, they're teaching you strategies and they're not teaching you the thought. Technical analysis can only get you so far. So, one, understand that trading books, look at it for the thought process side, not necessarily the strategy side, the lessons that you learn from it, because technical analysis is only a small little quarter piece. So now I'm actually going to go over the top three to five things that I felt like were very influential to me. There was way more in the book, but I'm just going to go over these top three things because I feel like it can impact a lot of other traders or people who might have not have known. So the first thing I'm going to go over is everyone's a chart expert. That's a chapter that is in the book, and I think it's very important to me because when you're looking online and you're looking at different people or you just hear people talk, everybody can say, oh, in hindsight, oh, this is what it is, and break it down to the extent and to the T until it's actual like game time. So everybody seems as if they know what they're talking about, but that's why you have to really remember that this is a battle between yourself. Trading is a battle of the mind. So understanding that when you're looking at it, you don't want to take all these other things. You don't want to dilute your brain off of what you're seeing because you could see something and be right, and someone else see something and they be wrong. And now you done lost and changed everything that you were going to do because of what somebody else said. And they might not even trade the same as you. So you have to understand that there's going to be people who are going to make it seem as if they know everything. I'm going to sit here and say, off rip, I don't know everything. I lose. Everybody loses. But I'm never going to act and tell you that like I don't. Though, how you combat that is when you're looking at charts, you have your own analysis. You say, okay, this is what's going to happen. This is what I'm doing. And this is why I feel like this. And that way, it's not going to allow you to get diluted by all these other things because you already know what you're looking at. You're not letting someone else dictate how you look at the chart. It's all about perspective. We can all look at the same chart and see something different. So you have to understand that you want to be an expert to yourself, and then you'll be an expert to the chart just from you. And that way, everything will start to come together and you'll be able to see things for how they really are according to your perspective. Now, the second thing, I'm gonna just do three. The second thing is trading through a slump because what a lot of people tend to notice and not notice is some people notice it, but a lot usually you don't notice it when it starts. You notice it kind of after while you're in it. And trading through a slump, that is something that is one thing that most people do not know how to get out of or understand, because trading is so mental, and you have to understand that when you're trading, you're going to have times and periods of time where you're going to just be losing. And that's a side that people don't tell you about. People always post the wins. They think, oh, trading is just wins, wins, wins. No, there's going to be periods of time where you're going to experience loss after loss after loss. And then it's going to be thought process of, do I know how to trade? Am I doing the right thing? Is this the right industry or whatever? But once you realize and you catch yourself in those bad thought processes, that is not necessarily just me. This is just a part of the process. Because when you have a winning streak, it's all good. Everybody, nothing's wrong. Everybody's feeling like, hey, I'm good. I'm winning. But when the losses come, that's when people start to get scared and they start to feel like, oh my gosh, I think this isn't it. I need to quit. No, slumps are a part of the process. Once you understand that you're in a slump, and that's the hard part, is to recognize that you're in it, because we get a very emotional and not really want to admit that, okay, what we're doing. And then once you admit that you're in it and you realize it, that's half the battle. Then go back and study why you're losing. We don't like to study why we lost. We like to study why when we're winning. Oh, this won because this was perfect. This lined up. Everything was perfect. But when you go back and see your losses, that's when you really understand, when you're in your slump, how to minimize your losses, how to understand, why am I here? What do I need to do differently? And how can I adjust and tweak my strategy to allow me to see things better? Maybe I need to trade less. Maybe I need to be more patient, see a little bit more of the analysis. But that's really how you get out of a slump. For me, I get out of it by taking a break, back testing, going through and seeing, hey, what am I doing? If I were to do this for a week period, same times, everything the same, how would this have worked out? And I do that, and once I see it, okay, well, I see it, this works. I'm not tripping. I'm just in my own head. And then I start to work my way out of it. But if you don't ever realize that you're in a slump and you don't know how to get out of a slump, that's a problem. Because when it happens, you're gonna think you're on top of the mountain, and when you fall, you're gonna be in the lowest valley if you don't understand it. And the last thing I'm gonna go over is the best loser wins, which ironically is the name of the book. You want to understand, just like I was saying in the last one, trading, you're going to lose. There's no way to stop it. It's going to happen. The bad thing about trading, though, is what's different is what people think, oh, it's just gambling. There's nothing about, you don't know anything. It's just, you're just going in the market. It's a 50-50 chance. That's what people think. But what they don't realize, it's the people who are the most successful traders are the ones who know how to manage risk. The people who, when they lose, they understand that when I lose, I'm losing a very small amount. So when you're in that slump, you're not losing percentages on percentages. You're not losing a whole lot of money at the time. You're noticing from the jump, oh, I'm cutting my losses short and I'm letting my winners win. That was the biggest thing that I noticed when I first started to get funding, was I was showing people, I'm like, my win rate was like 27, 30%. But it's not always about winning. You don't have to always win. I know people, you can win more trades than you lose and lose more money. I was losing more trades than I was winning, and I was making more money. And then as I started to trade more and more, my win rate started to rise. So literally all then that equated to me starting to make more money, because I was able to cut my losses short and keep my winners to win. Anybody who you know how to trade who is very successful, they're not, when they first started, of course, maybe blue accounts went through it, they didn't care too much about risk. That was one of the main things that they used to say back then, and I didn't listen to. But once you understand that risk, cutting your risk down and understanding, not even saying cutting your risk down, is all depending on your account size. But your risk to reward ratio is what is the main thing. If I am risking $100, I don't want to only make $100. I don't want to risk 100 to make 50. Now, mind you, if your win rate is very high, then that can be a profitable strategy. But you have to understand, though, that when you're looking at your profit loss statement or your P&L, you're looking at your trade history, whatever it is, you want to be able to look at it and see, hey, all of my losses are essentially the same, and all of my wins are they can either be the same or if not two, three, four, five times greater than what my losses are. And that's how you can be a loser and still win. I know in life we're so used to the opposite. Oh, you need to win everything. But in trading, no, it's about managing your losses that's going to separate you from the crowd. If 90 something percent of traders fail, what is something that everybody does? We're optimistic when we should be when we're losing money, and we're pessimistic, we're scared when we're winning money. The times where we should have money or trades where they skyrocket, we're so scared that we're going to lose it instead of being optimistic and adding to the position or saying, hey, I need to stay in this trade rather than when we lose. That's the main thing that most people do, and I used to do it too. If I'm losing a trade and I'm losing money, I'm thinking, oh, it's going to turn around. Next thing you know, whatever was supposed to be maybe $100 loss ends up being a couple $100 loss, or even a $50 loss ends up being $200 loss, or just you're losing money that you didn't need to lose because you didn't know how to manage risk. So those are the top three things, my takeaways from this book. When I say there is way more, there's way more things that are that you can go over that I honestly love about this book. But the trading through a slump, everyone is a chart expert and the best loser wins. Those are the chapters that I would have to say that I truly love and I enjoy, and I'm still reading the book. I'm almost done with it, so I'm already getting all this knowledge and I haven't even finished it. And that's another thing, is you can apply the knowledge that you learn as you're reading it. You don't necessarily need to finish a whole book for it to be in your head. I haven't finished the book. I'm about 80 something percent done. And I guarantee you, where I'm at now is a lot better than I was. So, hey, y'all, I hope y'all love this video. Check me out for more because I'm literally going to continue to do this, update y'all about trading books, and go over in depth on different books. Again, this book is called The Best Loser Wins. I'm going to share my screen so you can see it. You can find it on Apple, you can find it online. I don't have any connections to the book, so I'm literally just sharing this just because why not? It helped me, so I know that it can help others. So this is the book. You can go on YouTube and find the writer of it before he actually opened the book, and he has a presentation on where he's going over essentially the book before it comes out. So I'm gonna make sure I drop that link also, so then you can find it. But yeah, y'all, telling y'all this was a game changer for me. It changes the way you think. And also remember, trading is more mental than it is technical. You can look at a chart, everybody can look at it and have a story. But if your mind is not in the right place, you will not be able to take it. So, hey, y'all, your self employed friend checking out on this one.